Okay, so I decided to make this quick motivational, inspirational video. You guys know this is like how I'm taking my channel now. I'm fired up about these topics because when I was looking to change my life, and which is not advice out there, people would say they didn't know, they couldn't explain, it just happened, or pray about it, and they would leave it at that. But because I now work in a more quantifiable industry, I understand that everything is quantifiable and can be measured. And when we're speaking about ourselves and wanting to make changes in our life, we have to accept the fact that everything is quantifiable. So I do want to do 4 steps of how to change your life and get higher because people are so consumed about what you have when they should be so consumed about how and what they need to do and are those things of importance to them. Everything in life is quantifiable, whether it is measured in your physicality, your health, I should say, your intellect, your spirituality, or your humanity. Everything in this life will be measured. Some things more clear and upfront than others. So, with that being said, keys that help me change my life are so simple. I only have about like 3 or 4 of them, and the first 3 are important, and the first one is optional. Okay, so number 1 thing is to decide. Number 2 thing is to pray. Number 3 thing is to prepare. And number 4 thing is to act. The most important thing that you can do for yourself is to decide up here first. Is to make up your mind and to decide. Now, you don't have to be a Christian to decide, to pray, to prepare, or to act. People think that it is a secret to decide on something and place your intentions toward it, but I'll take it right back to the Bible. And this is not a Bible thumping video, but if you don't read any other book in the Bible and you consider yourself a Christian, try to read the book of James. It is so helpful. Book of James 5 through 8, short and simple. The last line is the most important. With chapter 1, verse 5, if any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God, that giveth to all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given to him. But let him ask in faith, nothing wavering. For he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea, driven with the wind and tossed. For let not that man think that he should receive anything of the Lord. A double minded man is unstable in all his ways. That's the number 1 problem with people. You have to decide on one thing. Decide on one house, decide on one job, decide on one man or woman. Make your decision. Even if it's as minor as a handbag, make your decision. Put that in your mind. I have decided on this thing and I'm going to go at this thing. My intention and motivations are on this one thing. When you put one thing first, everything else comes in order. We live in a world, a universe of order. Everything you see is ordered. If you take any kind of college level class, the first thing that they're going to teach you is the history, the structure, and the order. That goes from government to science, okay? Order is important. If your decisions are not ordered, how can anything else be? How can you possibly be stable if you are double minded? Pick one thing and go at it. Number 2 thing is to pray. Now, you don't have to be a Christian to pray. You don't have to be a Muslim to pray. You don't have to be Jewish to pray. You don't have to be Buddhist to pray. But every religion has prayer involved. Even this whole law of attraction, the secret, which I'm not against, is true, right? Daily affirmations are a sense of prayer. You have to set yourself to focus outside of yourself. You have to go within so that you can get results that are without you. That's our spirituality. That's a real thing, very real thing. There are things that we cannot see that are real. We cannot see sound. That is real. Sound is real whether you see it or not. An opera singer can break a glass with the sound of her voice. There are things that are unseen that can move things that are unseen. And you can bring that back to the Bible when they marched around the wall 7 times and the wall came down. Sound can move things. Your prayer, whether it is internal or external, can move things in your life. They call that positive thinking. I get in trouble because they're like, oh, Carolyn, you seem cynical. Are you thinking positive? Because if you think it's going to be positive and easy, it will be positive and easy. But if you come into it with the attitude of, oh, this is going to be a process, that's what it's going to be for you. So if you tap into something bigger than yourself, you can reach and achieve things that are bigger than yourself. Number three thing is to prepare. A lot of times in situations, we self select ourselves out. Women and minorities, we do that the most. We do not prepare. We decide on it and we pray about it. But for some reason, we know that, hey, I should be getting my master's degree, but I'm not doing anything to prepare for it. Or I should be getting that nursing degree, but I'm not doing anything to prepare for it. And then we may lie on our resume, right? Or we show up knowing that we can't pass the drug test, just unprepared. And then we wonder why we can't get the things that we want. We're not taking ourselves seriously. It's like that old phrase of don't dress for the job that you're in, dress for the job that you want to have. That's important. You have to elevate yourself before anybody ever does. And the number four thing is optional, and that is to act, to actually take action and to go at it. However, if you are too weak to do so, if you can only physically decide and prepare and put that prayer in between, a miracle will open up for you because we know how much we can bear. It is written in the Bible that we only have so much that we can bear. That means there is a limit to what we can bear. And that's why I don't believe in fighting or taking on all battles. It is important to take passive action. So make a decision whether it's about your weight, the house you want to buy, the car you want to buy, the man you want to have, or even as silly as a handbag. Decide on one thing, pray about it, prepare for it, take action toward it. If you want to leave a comment, I promise I will do the feedback on this because I'm fired up about these topics. I know that these are heavy topics, but it's so important because people will not tell you what it takes to achieve and to maintain. I'm talking about maintaining things within yourself that don't seem like that they are measured, but trust me, they are measured and they are counted more than you'll ever know. And they will bring you a sense of peace if you can conquer yourself and your spirituality and allow that to manifest into your life. It will be more than anybody or any job or any bank can ever give you once you develop the internal fortitude on all dimensions of yourself. All dimensions of yourself have to have decisions, they have to have prayer, and you have to prepare and take that action and be ready. So leave a comment down below and I promise I'll respond. Thank you girls so much for watching. I love making these videos. I'm fired up about these topics. These are most important to me right now, more important than anything. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your day or night, I should say.